assuming that the bottom doesn't fall out. Because if the bottom falls out, then we have a different problem. But I'm not ready to say that yet. I'm confident in this team.
We should be at this point. It's June 23rd.
We should be.
Let's be confident for
everyone has no losses, no wins.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's 0-0.
There you go.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. I don't want to yell. Austin Riley, do you think he's finally getting settled in that 3 spot? Because he hasn't been an all-star all year. He's kind of had a quiet down year, down by Austin Riley standards, we should say. Or he's been fine. I wonder, are we in for a big Austin Riley June? Or July, really?
Weather heats up. I mean, we saw what he did in July of last year, right before he got that big old contract. After getting the contract, he really wasn't all that great. I mean, he was not good by Austin Riley standards, but he was still pretty good by Major League Baseball standards.
Yeah.
He's got a very good chance of being the starting third baseman in the All-Star game, and we're talking about how he's struggling right now.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that the Braves are the best team in baseball, and because it's third base, and Nolan Arenado's not really playing very well, so I don't put too much stock into the All-Star game voting necessarily, but it does show that he has respect around the majors, and it's mostly because he's earned it, and I think we've got a big month coming for him. I don't think that we've seen the best that the Braves have to offer as far as they've really gotten hot. They've won 8 games in a row. They're really, really damn good. Austin Riley in general, though, he's been struggling a little bit. I think his numbers actually show that he was getting a bit lucky. I think his batting average of balls in play was 305 or something like that. But we've also seen it's just so up and down. It's just so up and down for him. But I think we've got a hot month coming for him.
His WRC plus is 100. League average is 100.
Yeah.
You look at it, it just goes back to I think Kevin, here it is. Kevin Keneally on Twitter had Austin Riley is now hitting 148 with a 284 OBP and an OPS under 600 this season with runners in scoring position. That's tough. And like you said, he's the leading vote getter for the third baseman. Sorry, he's not. He's
a finalist.
We've seen the best version, right? Where it's I think Ryan McMahon's had a better year. I might probably go Ryan McMahon, who had a good series in Atlanta. He had a big dinger and get off Charlie Morton early. But I don't think it matters. So much of the Braves to me this year, and I'm excited to dive fully in now that the Tennessee Volunteers have been eliminated in the College World Series, made it the Final 5. Everything School HQ. So we're
great
all
game last night, by the way.
That was a great game. But it is kind of wild. Paul Skeens I don't know if he's going to be able to pitch in the finals, which is hilarious because of the way the College World Series goes. They don't give a break in between. So you have to
just 3 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, he can't keep going. These guys, their arm, Paul Skeens might not be available for LSU Florida, which would be a shame. But when you look at the Braves right now with this whole lineup, and every night I look at it and I'm it's just Ronald Acuna is so good that everything else doesn't bother me as much as it would if Ronald Acuna was an average player. Where Ronald Acuna is covering up this season in particular so much for a lineup that has been painfully average across the board. It's just Matt Olson's not a number 2 guy. He's still got the power. He's going to always be in that top of the home run group. The Braves having their system, we talk about systems, just always going to lead the NL or Major League Baseball, be around that top 3 in homers during this era is going to keep them in most games. It's going to make you think that they're never completely out. Getting stuff out of Albies, he's still got it at 116 WRC plus. You look at Eddie Rosario, he's doing just enough. Sean Murphy, just enough. Orlando Arcia being awesome at the bottom. Michael Harris not being Michael Harris all year long. A lot of that's injuries, but not really getting anything from him offensively. I don't know. I look at it where I'm a lot of these guys are doing just enough to keep this thing humming. But in terms of Acuna, it's just the season is Acuna. Acuna is just so much better than everyone else, and it's not even particularly close. That makes life easier. It's like, why am I complaining? You have the best player in the NL right now.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you've got the NL MVP.
Yeah.
You've also got a guy who has a claim to be NL MVP runner-up, or at least he's going to
Yeah.
finish top 5 in the voting, Sean Murphy. But you used the word average to describe the Braves' offense. I think that is far from what this offense has been so far this season.
Elite home runs, average play up and down.
No, I'd say like they're
Who's been above
consistently-
average all year
They're
long?
the best lineup in baseball.
No. I'm saying individually, who has had an above average year?
Sean Murphy, Ronald Acuna, Orlando Arcia, Matt Olson.
I think Orlando Arcia is probably right here.
Orlando Arcia has a 132 OPS plus.
Yeah.
Like, that's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Olson's been pretty good. I mean, he had the strikeouts, but then he's also like one of the best in baseball in terms of RBI.
Yeah.
The only person who's better than him is Ozzy Albies, who's also on this roster.
Love
who he
Ozzy.
flip-flopped with. You have
Yeah.
a bunch of interchangeable parts. Like, you have Marcell Ozuna, who we were seconds away from cutting.
Yeah.
And now he was batting .076. And a month later, he now has a 113 OPS plus. Michael Harris missed like a month of the season and started just slumping. And then you saw what he did last week. He goes out on a scorcher. And
Yeah.
he's still like really getting up like to where he should be. Austin Riley's been struggling, but he's in the 3-hole and he'll turn around and we'll have a big month from him here soon. But no, this is the best lineup in baseball. Like I just don't see any way around it. They've protected a struggling starting pitching staff, someone that's just trying to make ends meet. You know, just with all of the injuries that they've had in the rotation, and the lineup is pretty potent.
I would say the
and
best.
they can
I
beat
would
you
say the Rays
anywhere
are the
1 through
best.
9.
The Rays are clearly the best lineup in baseball, I would say. I think it's the Rays.
I don't think I don't know.
I don't know what I think it's the Rays. And then Texas has a claim
Texas
there, too.
is pretty good. Texas is pretty good. A team that the Braves beat.
Yeah. Braves are somewhere in the top 5 across the
Top
board.
5. I think they are comfortably in the top 5. I think they are comfortably the best in the National League. At least they have been at least
I
at
think
this
that's
point in
prob-
the season.
Yeah, they're probably. I guess the only other competition really in the NL is the Dodgers.
The Diamondbacks? I think the Diamondbacks have had a pretty great season. Corral is one of those dudes
Yeah.
playing outfield, and he has a great claim to be Rookie of the Year and MVP. He's having a great year. I don't expect that to continue necessarily.
what's
We're
wild?
still in June, but
Only two of the 10 best offenses in baseball are in the NL.
yeah, well,
Per
the American League
completed
is the class of Major League Baseball right now.
Yeah.
Just look at the AL East and look at what they've been doing. They've just had a spectacular start to the season. We got a long way to go. But no, the Braves are far from average. I think Ronald Acuna is special. I think he does things. He's already got 32 stolen bases. Like, how incredible is that? Like, he's second in Major League Baseball. I think I don't know who the other guy is. I forget. I think he plays for the A's or something. But